faces. Welcome back. The Epstein cover-up has been in operation for years, and I'm about to expose it. This episode is another thread of emails from the newest batch of the Epstein files DATASET 12 that was just released. Now, the FBI is very crafty. They have deliberately released these documents in reverse order to try distract and confuse anyone trying to review them. Now, in order to fully expose these emails, I have to read them from back to front, instead of front to back, which is the normal way in English. So let's now read these emails in the correct order, not the how the FBI wanted us to read them. The email reads as follows: U.S. Department of Justice, United States Attorney, Southern District of New York. The Silvio J. Mollo Building, 1 St. Andrews Plaza, New York, 10007. November 12, 2021. By ECF. The Honorable Allison J. Nathan. United States District Court, Southern District of New York, United States Courthouse, 40 Foley Square, New York, 10007. Re. United States v. Ghislaine Maxwell, 20 CR 330, MN. Dear Judge Nathan, the government respectfully submits this letter seeking clarification on 2 items from the November 1, 2021 pretrial conference. First, when describing the defendant's ability to cross-examine witnesses who will be testifying under pseudonyms, the court explained that all lines of inquiry the defense outlined in its response are available without disclosing specific names of employers or other specifically identifying information. For example, the defense can probe the genre, nature, and trajectories of witnesses' careers without eliciting the specific employer name, but the defense's cross-examination should not include specifically identifying information, and counsel must act responsibly doing so. The 1st of November 21 TR. At 11:20-12:02. The government seeks clarification before trial about the line between permissible and impermissible cross-examination about the genre of witnesses' careers. Specifically, the government agrees that the witnesses can be cross-examined about their professions, e.g. that they are actors, and the general arcs of those careers, e.g. that they had work, or they did not, on a TV show or in a movie. See Government Reply Isomot. In limine, DKT, number 393, at 17-18. But there is no particularized need to identify the type of movie or TV show, e.g. an action movie, as opposed to a soap opera. The 1st of November 21 TR at 10:08-11. That information has no impeachment value. The notion that an actor works on one type of show rather than another says nothing about her credibility. But it creates significant risk of identifying the relevant minor, victims, and witnesses by narrowing the field of people whose careers match the description elicited by the defense at the times elicited by the defense, and in combination with the other information about them that will be available at trial. Second, the government seeks clarification that the court's November 1, 2021 order permitting witnesses to testify using pseudonyms or first names includes an order barring courtroom sketch artists from drawing the exact likeness of those individuals. See Government Mot. In limine, DKT, number 380, at 16N7, making this request. See May 6, 2019 text order, Rainier, 18. Crossing 204, NGG, EDNY. Sketch artists may not draw exact likenesses of jurors or witnesses other than co-defendants should they testify. It would defeat the purpose of the court's order if the exact likeness of those witnesses could be drawn and subsequently publicized in the media. Although courtroom sketch artists might voluntarily elect not to sketch these witnesses' faces, the government seeks an order so it can provide certainty to these witnesses in advance of their testimony. The government's proposed redactions are consistent with the 3-part test articulated by the Second Circuit in Lugosh v. Pyramid Company of Onondaga, 435 F3D 110, 2 DCIR 2006. Although this letter is a judicial document subject to the common law presumption of access, the proposed redactions are narrowly tailored to protect the privacy interests of the witnesses whom the court has authorized to testify using pseudonyms or their first names. Respectfully submitted, Damian Williams, United States Attorney. By Redacted. CC. Defense Counsel. By ECF. Assistant United States Attorneys, Southern District of New York. Odin, EFTA 00010040, and EFTA 00010041, and EFTA 000100100042. From date, November 28, 2018 at 9:37, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2. Subject: Alexander Acosta gave Jeffrey Epstein the deal of a lifetime. Miami Herald. Alexander Acosta gave Jeffrey Epstein the deal of a lifetime. Miami Herald. https://www.miamiherald.cornynews/local/article 2200978825.html. On November 28, 2018, at 9:38 p.m. A wrote, WTF? Sent from my iPhone. On November 28, 2018, at 10:02 p.m. redacted. Wrote, whoa, we should talk to about how to pursue this. Maybe we can ask if he can do some digging. United States Attorney, Southern District of New York. On November 28, 2018, at 10:06 p.m. redacted wrote, you read my mind. Sent from my iPhone. On November 28, 2018, at 10:11 p.m., redacted wrote, discuss tomorrow? Might be worth call IA instead. I'm at JTTF until around noon. Feel free to call without me if that's better for you. Assistant United States Attorney of New York. From, redacted. To, redacted. Subject, re. Alexander Acosta gave Jeffrey Epstein the deal of a lifetime. Miami Herald. Date, Thursday the 29th of November 2018, 3 hours 48 minutes and 37 seconds p.m. Importance, normal. Tomorrow I am pretty open. Let me know what works for you. Sent from my iPhone. Odin. EFTA 00010136. From Schappert Gretchen, USAVI, to Berman Jeffrey, USANYS, CC. Schappert Gretchen, USAVI. Subject, from the USVI, Jeffrey Epstein matter. Date, Monday the 8th of June 2020 11 hours 34 minutes and 10 seconds a.m. Inline images, image 001.jpg. Good morning, Jeff, and greetings from St. Thomas. We are having some coordination issues here regarding the SDNY and USVI investigations of the Jeffrey Epstein matter. I realize that you have a huge number of pressing issues to address and was hoping that you could direct me to one of your supervisors with whom I could discuss this matter. Thanks so much, Gretchen. Gretchen C.F. Schappert, U.S. Attorney for the Virgin Islands, Office of the U.S. Attorney, Ron DeLugo Federal Building, Charlotte Amalie, St. Thomas 4 Front Desk. https://www.justice.gov/USAO-VI. Odin, EFTA 00010135. From CRM redacted. Sent. Tuesday, November 9th, 2021 7:33 a.m. To USANYS redacted. Contractor. Subject. Letter referencing Ghislaine Maxwell. Colleagues. My office received the attached email as citizen correspondence. Because it references Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, I am forwarding it to you for whatever consideration you deem appropriate. Consistent with our standard response, we will simply advise the writer to contact the FBI. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks very much, redacted. Deputy Chief for Policy and Legislation, Child Exploitation and Obscenity Section, U.S. Department of Justice Mobile. From, redacted. Sent. Tuesday, November 9th, 2021, 9:07 a.m. To USANYS redacted contractor. Subject. FW. Letter referencing Ghislaine Maxwell. Could you please add this to NTW 3500? Thanks. From USANYS redacted. Contractor. 2. 1. EMIE redacted. USANYS redacted. Contractor. CC. Redacted. Subject. RE. Letter referencing Ghislaine Maxwell. Date. The 9th of November 2021, 14 hours 47 minutes and 16 seconds p.m. Just added this to the next pending NTW 3500 folder. Thanks. Odin. EFTA 00010132. Exhibit E. Epstein Victims Compensation Program, EVCP. General Release. This general release is made this 3rd day of October 2020, where, as the claimant, submitted a claim for compensation to the Epstein Victims Compensation Program, EVCP, asserting that she is a victim of S6 Shul 8 bus by Jeffrey E. Epstein, whereas the EVCP program administrator, determined pursuant to the EVCP protocol that claimant is eligible to participate in the EVCP. Whereas, after reviewing claimant's submissions, and after careful consideration of documentation and proof, and after due deliberation, the administrator issued a compensation determination to claimant compensation offer. Whereas, several jurisdictions within the United States have enacted claims revival statutes concerning the timeliness of claims of S6 Shul 8 bus. Whereas the claimant is aware that by accepting this compensation offer from the EVCP, claimant waives and releases certain individuals and entities from any and all claims or causes of action arising from Mr. Epstein's conduct, whether pursuant to claims revival statutes or otherwise, and whereas after careful consideration of the proposed compensation offer, including consultation with her legal counsel regarding the compensation offer, claimant informed the administrator that claimant has decided to accept the compensation offer. Now, therefore, the claimant for and on behalf of herself and her heirs, devisees, legatees, distributees, executors, administrators, trustees, personal representatives, successors, and assigns collectively, release for and in consideration of L. The compensation offer, to be received from the EVCP, the adequacy and sufficiency of which are hereby acknowledged, hereby releases and forever discharges the co-executors of the estate of Jeffrey E. Epstein, the Epstein estate. The co-trustees of the 1953 Trust and the Epstein estate. Any entities owned or controlled in whole or part by the Epstein estate, the Epstein entities, and their respective current 1. Odin, EFTA 00010011. And former principals, officers, directors, stockholders and managers, members, partners and limited partners, trustees, beneficiaries and administrators, agents, employees, attorneys, predecessors and successors, assigns and affiliates, and any entities or individuals who are or have ever been engaged by, whether as independent contractors or otherwise employed by, worked in any capacity for and or provided any services to Mr. Epstein, the Epstein entities or the Epstein estate, jointly and severally, the releasees from any and all claims, demands, actions and causes of action, suits, debts and dues, sums of money and accounts, variances, trespasses and damages and judgments, whether sounding in equity, common law and contract, statute and regulation, or otherwise, and whether now existing, hereafter existing, or revived in the future whatsoever, in law, admiralty, equity, or otherwise, including without limitation any and all claims or causes of action that arise or may arise from or which otherwise concern acts of sexual abuse by Mr. Epstein. The quote, claims which against the releasees or releaser ever had, now has or hereafter can, shall or may have, and for upon, or by reason of any matter, cause, or thing whatsoever from the beginning of the world through the date of this general release. This general release is a broad release of any and all claims of releaser against any and all releasees, including without limitation any and all causes of action, lawsuits, claims and demands, damages and liability whatsoever, and also including without limitation to the extent of their respective liability for the same any and all such claims against any and all releasees for contribution as to any other person or persons who may be determined to have been joint tortfeasors arising out of or in any way related to any and all known and unknown personal injuries, and also including without limitation any derivative claims for loss of consortium under any federal, state or local law without limitation. This general release is all-encompassing and is specifically made and given on the premise that any and all claims by releaser are hereby released and extinguished, whether said claims arose in Florida, New Mexico, New York, the United States Virgin Islands, France, or any other country, state and territory, possession or jurisdiction, or otherwise. This general release extends to release claims that releaser does not know or suspect to exist in her favor, which if known by releaser would have materially affected her decision to enter into this general release, and releaser understands and agrees that she is releasing any and all such unknown or unsuspected claims in releasee's favor. Releaser acknowledges that she is familiar with Section 1542 of the California Civil Code, which provides as follows. A general release does not extend to claims that the creditor or releasing party does not know or suspect to exist in 2. Confidential. Odin, EFTA 00010012. His or her favor at the time of executing the release, and that, if known by him or her, would have materially affected his or her settlement with the debtor or released party. Releaser expressly waives and relinquishes any right or benefit that releaser has or may have under Section 1542 of the California Civil Code and under any other statute or legal principle with similar effect. In connection with such waiver and relinquishment, releaser acknowledges that she is aware that, after executing this general release, releaser or releaser's attorneys or agents may discover released claims or facts in addition to or different from those which they now know or believe to exist with respect to the subject matter of this general release. but that it is releaser's intent hereby to fully, finally, and forever settle and release all of the claims, whether known or unknown, suspected or unsuspected, which now exist, may exist, or heretofore may have existed. In furtherance of this intent, this general release shall be, and remain in effect as, a full and complete release of the claims, notwithstanding the discovery or existence of any such additional or different claims or facts. The administrator of the EVCP has retained Garretson Resolution Group Inc. D/B/A Epic Mass Tort Epic to verify and resolve any lien or reimbursement claim that may be owed to Medicare Part A and/or Part B, Medicare, and/or Medicaid with respect to compensation awarded to any participating claimant under the EVCP. If either entity asserts a lien or reimbursement claim, EPIC is hereby authorized to act on behalf of the EVCP to verify and resolve such lien or reimbursement claim. In the claim form, releaser authorize the administrator to use and/or disclose information as to releaser for the resolution of Medicare and/or Medicaid liens. This includes providing to EPIC certain information as to releaser, including 1. First name, last name and middle initial, 2. Social security number, 3. Date of birth, 4. Gender, and 5. Basic information regarding the nature of releaser's claims, and authorizing the administrator and EPIC to use, exchange, and report this information to Medicare and Medicaid, as may be necessary, for purposes of verifying and resolving Medicare and/or Medicaid liens and/or reimbursement claims, and ensuring compliance with the Medicare Secondary Payer Act, 42 U.S.C. 1395 YB, and its accompanying regulations. In the event that EPIQ resolves the assorted claim or lien, the Epstein estate will pay the negotiated amount in addition to any compensation offer determined by the administrator. Releaser represents and acknowledges that she is voluntarily and freely granting this general release in exchange for payment of the compensation offer, and that she is legally competent to execute and deliver this general release. Releaser further represents that she is represented by legal counsel and has received legal advice prior to 3. Confidential. Odin, EFTA 000100013. Entering into this general release, and that she has been advised by said attorney regarding the terms and conditions of this general release, which she has completely read and fully understands, including that accepting the compensation offer and signing this general release is a full and final compromise, adjustment, and resolution of any and all claims that releaser may now have or ever will have against releasees. Pursuant to the EVCP protocol, the administrator will maintain the confidentiality of all information and documentation relating to claimants who participate in the EVCP program. This general release does not require participating claimants to maintain such confidentiality, and releaser may, at release's voluntary and sole option, disclose such information regarding the claims process and/or the compensation offer and any other information pertaining to her claim. This general release specifically does not include as a releasee or released party under this agreement, and all parties expressly acknowledge, agree, and understand that any and all claims that releaser has or may have against are expressly preserved. Releaser represents and warrants that she has not assigned any claims released pursuant to this general release. Releaser will dismiss with prejudice any and all legal actions, whether lawsuits, probate claims, or otherwise, that releaser has filed against any of releasees, with each party to bear his or its own costs and attorney's fees, and will submit proof of dismissal to the administrator, along with or prior to the signed acceptance of the compensation offer and this executed release. This general release contains the entire understanding of the releaser and the co-executors of the Epstein estate. Any modification of any of the provisions of this general release shall be effective only if made in writing and executed by releaser and the co-executors of the Epstein estate, with the same formality as this general release. 4. Confidential. Odin, EFTA 000100014. In witness whereof, claimant has executed this general release on the date below her signature. Signature claimant. Redacted. Date the 3rd of October 2020. State of Texas. County of Travis. On October 3, 2020, before me personally came me known, who, by me duly sworn, did depose and say that deponent is the releaser who executed the foregoing general release. Redacted. My commission expires July 16, 2023. Notary ID, 112,089,050. Reviewed and approve, and type, or print, name of claimant redacted. Attorney for releaser, redacted. Type, or print, name of attorney, redacted. Signature redacted. 5. Confidential. Odin, EFTA 000100015. From redacted to redacted. Sent. Tuesday, November 16, 2021, 6:34 p.m. Subject: Outside juror research. Hi team, I have been looking into the jurors proceeding to voir dire, excluding those that were struck today online, with many thanks to them. A sample of their notes is attached, which hasn't yet been corroborated by the notes I took today, which I've sent them. For example, if there's 2 people with the same name, my notes from today should narrow it down. Can you please let know what would be most helpful to you in advance of tomorrow? E.g., how many jurors you want them to get through, by what time, etc. Thanks, Paralegal Specialist. U.S. Attorney's Office, ISDNY, 1 St. Andrews Plaza. From Redacted. Sent. Tuesday, November 16, 2021, 7:19 p.m. Subject: RE. Outside juror research. If you could please get through the next 40 jurors tonight, so the team has whatever research you can find for voir dire tomorrow, that would be great. Thank you so much. From Redacted. To Redacted. CC. Redacted. Subject: RE. Outside juror research. Date: Wednesday, the 17th of November, 2021, 4 hours 33 minutes and 58 seconds a.m. Attachments: the 16th of November, 2021, _US, _V, _Maxwell, _jurors, _proceeding to _VD outside G-search and _VD notes, XLSX. Hi all, attached. Please find the completed research on the next 40 jurors and typed up VD notes from Nej ND. Green highlight indicates starting juror number 117, and the 40th juror is highlighted in yellow. Saved here on the shared as well. Odin, EFTA 00010043, and EFTA 00010044. From Redacted. Sent Thursday, November 18, 2021, 11:26 a.m. To Redacted. CC. Redacted. Subject: Redaction. Caution. External. Chambers. The government has been alerted that the filing at DKT number 453 contains a redaction error, in which the name of a witness whose identity has been redacted appears. See DKT number 453 at 11. If the court would direct the clerk's office to remove the filing from ECF for the moment, the government can submit a corrected version today. Thank you, Redacted. Assistant United States Attorney, Southern District of New York, 1 St. Andrews Plaza, New York, 10007. Caution. External email. This email originated outside the judiciary. Exercise caution when opening attachments or clicking on links. Odin, EFTA 00010102, and EFTA 00010103. From Nathan NYSD Chambers. Sent Thursday, November 18, 2021, 11:40 a.m. To Redacted. CC. Redacted. Subject: Redaction. Counsel. Chambers has instructed criminal docketing to remove DKT number 453. Please submit a corrected version by today. Sincerely, Redacted. Chambers of the Honorable Allison J. Nathan. From Redacted. To Redacted. CC. Redacted. Subject: RE. Redaction. Date: Thursday, the 18th of November, 2021, 20 hours 55 minutes and 50 seconds p.m. Attachments: 12,021.10.27, _Maxwell reply, ISO, Mottens, in limine, corrected redactions, .pdf. Chambers, attached, please find a corrected version of DKT number 453. The government has added one redaction, covering the name on page 11. Respectfully submitted, Redacted. Assistant United States Attorney, Southern District of New York, St. Andrews Plaza, New York, 10007. If you have enjoyed this video and the time it takes me review these documents and then bring them to you, then please like this video, share it, and leave your comments in the comment section. Please share this so as many people as possible can hear these messages, and hopefully these articles can finally be heard. As always, I will see you next time. Stay safe, stay alert, and stay suspicious.